You're watching Alaska's news source.
Today on the Morning Edition, waking up this morning to new snow on the ground and on our roofs. And you may be asking, how much snow can we let build up before we need to worry about it? We asked the same question, and we'll tell you what we learned. Plus, if you're a landowner in Anchorage, new rules could mean fines if you block access to public trails. We'll break down the debate over private property versus public rights-of-way. And later, elf on a shelf. It's a meme, it's a tradition, it's whatever you want to call it. But for one elementary school in Alabama, it's a real life. We'll check out this fun, unique, and very clever method this assistant principal's come up with to help his school's attendance before the holiday break. As the Morning Edition starts now. Good Friday morning, everyone. We woke up to a fresh coat of snow on the ground, Aaron.
Yeah, that certainly has been helping when it comes to the traction on those roadways across South Central. But yes, we're still seeing some hazardous road conditions, but much improvement considering what we've seen the past couple of mornings. Now, the interior, we are seeing a first alert weather day today for Fairbanks and surrounding locations, as we are expected to see temperatures taking a drastic drop off here over the next couple of days. Those temperatures will drop 50+ degrees in many areas. Southeast, we are gearing up for what will be one of the heaviest snowfall events of the season so far. Now, we've already seen some of that snowfall occurring out towards Klawock, higher elevations of the Haines, as well as Klondike Highway. But as far as Juneau, we have yet to see any significant snow for the season. So we're first alerting for Monday for that potential. And of course, the roadways across South Central continue to remain fairly treacherous at times. So just take it easy as you get out on the roadways this morning. Pack your patience. Of course, those road conditions, again, not as bad as what we did see the past couple of mornings, but you will still encounter some of those slick conditions. 20 degrees is where we're currently sitting at. Temperatures will continue to steadily drop as we close out this week and welcome in the weekend. And we're going to see afternoon highs dropping into the single digits and teens across South Central. And yes, we will reintroduce those sub-zero values across the region as well. Still holding on to some light snow showers pushing southeast across the Kenai out towards Moose Pass. And of course, as you head out towards Prince William Sound, we do have some scattered areas of rain and snow, more in the way of rain though, as you head across Prince William Sound through Valdez and Cordova. Those temperatures, though, already beginning to cool off. 9 degrees in Talkeetna, 20 here in Anchorage, 30 in Portage. So we do see those temperatures as you head north, several degrees colder, and that's going to continue to funnel in its way across the rest of South Central for today. So just take it easy on those roadways. You can see those temperatures holding in the upper teens and the lower 20s for the first part of the morning, with even colder conditions this weekend and into next week. We'll be talking about more about that and even bitter cold conditions through the interior coming up.
It's Alaska, and like the rest of the state, Anchorage is bracing for a long winter. That means many homeowners are wondering whether their houses can handle the weight of the snow. A new set of findings shines a light on just how worried people are. Charlie Fellows talked with the surveyor about what the research is uncovering and why many say their roofs are feeling the winter pressure.
Walking around Anchorage this time of year, there's always a chance you might wind up with some snow on you. In your living room, however, less so. But according to a new study among Anchorage residents, the concerns that their roofs might not hold up under the snow this winter is real.
What I found is that among homeowners, people were very concerned.
Over 70% of people in Anchorage have serious concerns about their roofs collapsing under the weight of snow. That's according to a survey conducted by UAA Associate Professor Jennifer Schmidt.
I was concerned about the snow load on my roof and got up there and cleared my snow, and in the process got injured. So I wondered, how often is this happening within the municipality? Are other people experiencing this?
It turns out they were. The wet, compact snow that Anchorage is no stranger to has caused plenty of cave-ins in the past, mostly at businesses during the 2022-23 and 23-24 winters. As a result, homeowners, like Schmidt, try to lessen the risk by clearing the snow themselves, which, according to her responses, sometimes did not go well.
43% of the people who responded said that they experienced a negative consequence from clearing their roofs. And some of the negative consequences were their pocketbooks. It was expensive, damage to chimney shingles, damage to roof, the landscaping that's around their house, and also physical damage, whether it's just getting tired or actually getting injured.
To Schmidt, this data shows the public wants more information on the risks they face, whether beneath their roofs or on top of them. And she's working with various groups to provide just that.
I am working with modelers who are working to develop models to predict snow loads. Also working with the municipality of Anchorage and people there, the engineers there. They actually do go out and assess snow loads on roofs for some of the buildings within the municipality. And now that we have this information as far as what were some of the barriers, we can maybe work with the municipality to suggest programs or education materials that could be created.
Charlie Fellows, Alaska's news source.
Schmidt plans to present her full findings in a free webinar on December 10th. You can sign up via the link on our website. 2 men are now in police custody. Adelmi Ruiz joins us now to bring us the updates on 2 cases that have been ongoing for some time. Adelmi.
Kristen, an 18-year-old man is now in custody after being linked to the shooting death of a 15-year-old at a Fairbanks party in October. Now, this person is Darius Morgan. Troopers and U.S. Marshals say a tip led them to him at a Fairbanks home on Wednesday. He was arrested and booked into the Fairbanks Correctional Center. 2 others at the home were also arrested, accused of helping him hide.
The Alaska State Troopers were pretty good about being able to make arrests fairly quickly, surgically, and in a timely manner. However, sometimes bad guys are able to get lucky. Darius had to get lucky every single day for multiple days, and we really had to get lucky once.
Police had been looking for Morgan since October 25th. He had a $1 million arrest warrant. And Anchorage police have new details now about a series of business break-ins. Officers say 26-year-old John Mixon is now in custody. He's accused of breaking into David's Jewelers in the Ticontinu area, a case caught on surveillance video. Investigators say he is also linked to 2 other attempted break-ins. Kristen.
All right, thanks, Adelmi. Private landowners could face new penalties if they block access to public areas like trails in Anchorage. Joe Allgood tells us supporters look forward to recreating without hassle, while some property owners say the new law goes too far.
Well, they say that possession is 9/10 of the law, but sometimes that law can get a little bit foggy or tricky when you're dealing with private property as well as public. And that's exactly the intersect we find ourselves at with a new law in Anchorage that prevents private property owners from obstructing rights-of-way in the municipality.
If you own any property anywhere near a state park, a municipal park, public land, for that matter, I would even go as far as to say you have a section line easement on your parcel. You are subject to the same ordinance.
Brandy Pennington owns land along the Stewart Trail easement on Anchorage's hillside. The land also backs up to Chugach State Park. She said she wants to make her land a public use campground, but officials told her she couldn't profit from park visitors.
I offered to make it public, and I've been trying to make it public through the appropriate legal channels with the municipality. And I find it interesting that a lot of the people who are screaming the loudest are the ones that are trying to block me from making the parcel that my family owns public.
Brandy said the contentious gate is nearly 40 years old. It blocks prohibited vehicle traffic, but pedestrian access is open. Still, tensions sometimes run high.
I've been called a lot of 4-letter words and just, that I'm greedy and that all the people back here are greedy. But I don't understand, because here's the deal. We're not taking away something that will belong to the public to begin with.
Trail advocates support the new law, saying it protects public access for all.
Sometimes, you get a new landowner in an area who maybe doesn't realize that a prescriptive easement is on their property or adjacent to their property. So I think sometimes we get landowners who they're not being bad actors. They just legitimately think maybe people are trespassing and don't know that that's there.
Both agreeing better signage from the Muni would help everyone.
So that a hiker doesn't have to guess if they're on it or not. Like, we need to be giving them an indication that they're doing something that's legal and allowed.
Well, with the new ordinance, the municipality can now charge fines for those who obstruct the rights of way. Brandy says she's not aware of any for the Stewart Trail here because, well, for pedestrians, you can access the easement. Joe Allgood, Alaska's news source.
In the meantime, if you're in the Matsu and looking for some assistance with navigating VA benefits, this event might be for you. That's this Saturday. The 4th annual Matsu Veterans Resource Fair will be held in Wasilla at the Menard Sports Center. Over 50 organizations will be there to offer benefits assistance from counseling, housing, employment resources, plus health and wellness services, all free to veterans, active duty, and their families.
It's a collaborative effort between Matsu Health Foundation and the Office of Veterans Affairs, and we really wanted to bring visibility to the veterans in the Valley because we're one of the largest populations of veterans in Alaska.
The resource fair runs 10 to 3 Saturday. There will also be a Quilts of Valor ceremony at noon, and Santa will be on hand as well to say hello. A scary scene this week on the Glen Highway as a car spun out of control before colliding with a light pole. Jace Bertrand spoke with eyewitnesses to the crash who jumped in to assist with the winter weather emergency.
Icy roads made driving in Anchorage dangerous this week. But on Monday, Captain Ryan Ingram and his Army colleagues made sure they were prepped for the conditions.
We come rolling in at the weigh station to check all of our chains and everything on our tires, make sure that nuts, bolts, and everything were all good.
On the Glen Highway near J-Bear, Ingram said his crew was in the right place at the right time.
2 of my guys, Sergeant Leva and Sergeant Hicks, started to see a civilian vehicle start sliding on the road, and then that civilian vehicle went to hit the telephone pole, and then from there they jumped into action to help them out of the vehicle.
2 adults and 1 child from the car were saved. Ingram said it all happened in less than 10 minutes.
All around, good job. Cannot be more proud of my guys for sure. Be able to just to jump into action and be able to help them out.
Ingram points to black ice as the crash culprit.
We constantly do winter driver's training every year to ensure that our guys know the proper procedures of, especially on the roads, and being self-aware of other civilian trafficking moving through the area, so that way we know that, hey, they start swerving or whatever, we start slowing down, or if we see something happening, we need to call it up.
This crash, just another example of the importance of winter driving safety in the last frontier, as there may not always be a group of paratroopers close by to lend a hand. Jace Bertrand, Alaska's news source.
Well, the Affordable Care Act credits are set to expire at the end of the year, which could lead to a significant increase in premiums come 2026. Senators Lisa Murkowski and Dan Sullivan both support extending the credits, but fear the bill may not have enough support in the Senate to pass. We'll have those details ahead.
And bitter cold air continues to settle in across the state. I'll have more on what to expect this weekend. But first at sunrise, coming in at 9:54 in Anchorage, 8:27 in Juneau. Your full forecast is next.
Well, welcome back on this Friday morning, Aaron. And we have some first alert weather day for 2 separate parts of the state today.
Yeah, through the interior as well as here in South Central, we'll be continue to see at least some treacherous road conditions. So as you get out on those roadways this morning, take it easy walking to the bus stop this morning. You also want to be careful for some of those slick and icy sidewalks. Of course, that light snow that we did see accumulate through the night did provide some traction relief this morning on those roadways. 20 degrees for that morning commute. And then by the time you head home this evening, those temperatures will be dropping down into the teens. And you can see temperatures across the state already beginning to cool off. 27 below in McGrath, 14 below in Fairbanks. Even out towards the slope, we're seeing those temperatures hitting double-digit values below zero. And those temperatures continue to steadily drop across a good portion of Alaska. And you can see as a result of that, we've got cooler and drier conditions taking hold across the state. And this will likely carry us through the next 1 to 2 weeks across Alaska, where we'll largely hold on to this ongoing quiet weather pattern, which will lead to some of the coldest air of the season. So we've got a ridge of high pressure off towards the northwest that's funneling in those colder conditions. And we're going to see some of the coldest air for this time period, really from the slope and into the interior. This is where overnight lows could bottom out anywhere from about 20 to 40 below zero. So just be prepared for that incoming cold snap, as many areas will see this as the coldest air of the season. Even here in South Central, we're expected temperatures to drop down into the single digits and the teens for highs, and then parts of the Panhandle will also see those temperatures dropping into the 20s and the 30s as we welcome in next week. So right now we are waking up with those temperatures through the interior. 14 below in Fairbanks, 24 below in Lost Creek, Delta Junction faring a bit warmer, but still those sub-zero values. And you can see as you head out towards areas northeast of Fairbanks, this is where those overnight lows have been bottoming out below 20 below zero. So bitter cold conditions remain with us. We are going to hold on to some sunshine in the forecast. And with this cold weather sticking around the interior, as more and more of those wood-burning stoves begin to get active, we'll likely see some air quality alerts taken into account here over the next week or so, which will also lead to the potential that we could see some freezing fog, if not some ice fog in the forecast. So cold conditions stay with us as it continues to surge southward across the state. Not much in the way of active weather outside of through the Aleutians, and for southeast, where we are expected to see the first heavy snowfall of the season for the Panhandle. We'll be talking about that coming up in my full forecast. But for today across the interior, you can see that first alert weather day for your Friday morning. This comes as that coldest air of the season begins to slide into the interior, and then that's going to stay with us into the weekend and next week. Bitter cold conditions. We've also got some winter storm concerns through the interior, largely due to some gusty winds, which will keep those overnight lows anywhere from 20 to 40 below. When you factor in those winds, we're going to be talking about wind chill readings over the next week to 2 weeks, largely impacting many areas from the slope through the interior, where those wind chills could be anywhere from 50 to about 65 below. So, Kristen, coldest air of the season. It is here, or finally here, for those who have been wanting some of that winter time. The temperatures, of course, the snow certainly has been challenging here across South Central, and we may continue to stay on the drier side.
It sure has, but the roads today, to me at least, were a little bit better than they were yesterday and the day before. Thanks, Aaron. 28,000 Alaskans who use the Affordable Care Act could see their health costs jump if Congress does not extend key tax credits by year's end. These subsidies help cover health insurance for about 4% of Alaskans. The issue resurfaced after last month's government shutdown. Senators Murkowski and Sullivan say they support extending the credits. Today, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the Senate will vote on a 3-year extension. But Senator Murkowski warned the bill may not have enough support to pass.
My home state of Alaska appears to suffer some of the most extremes of the extremes when we're talking about these high costs. And people are expecting us to come up with a solution.
About tens of millions of people, including in many red states across the country. In fact, the states that would be most impacted if the Affordable Care Act tax credits expire are Republican-run states. We're talking about West Virginia, Wyoming, Alaska.
A nonprofit health research organization, the Kaiser Family Foundation, says Alaska would have one of the nation's highest premium increases. Representative Nick Begich has yet to respond to our request for comment. Still ahead here on the Morning Edition, a story that could have had a tragic, sad ending instead finds a happy resolution. We'll show you the story of 2 little kittens that were very nearly lost. Next.
This newscast is brought to you in part by Croson Law Group, Alaska's personal injury lawyers. Stay calm, stay cool. Call Croson.
I grew up playing football in Alaska, so I know how much passion and determination it takes to succeed on and off the field. That's why I'm proud to support Croson Law Group. Not only do they provide winning legal representation for Alaskan accident victims, they invest in the future of our community too. They're fighting for justice and building a stronger community, one good deed at a time.
7 sevens will make it okay.
When you step into our new showroom, you can feel confident saying yes to Yes Floor and Paint. Our expert design support offers professional level insight into premium flooring, custom countertops, and Benjamin Moore paint. Whether it's commercial or residential, Yes Floors and Paint is your one-stop shop for a seamless new construction or remodeling experience. Take the first step and stop by our store today. Yes Floor and Paint. Step into something better.
holiday season is here, and so is Gapco Pizza. Locally owned for over 30 years with locations in Anchorage, Eagle River, Palmer, Wasilla, and Fairbanks, the Great Alaska Pizza Company is your fresh and fast solution for every meal. Great pizza, wings, salads, breadsticks, and more. Made with great ingredients like freshly made dough and fresh shredded cheese. You love the great pizza and Great Alaska chicken wings. Carry out or order online for delivery all season long. Find menus at GreatAlaskaPizzaCompany.com.
When it comes to peace of mind, it's nice to know that someone has your back. At Alyeska Tire, our last frontier promise protects you from whatever the road throws your way. When you buy a new set of qualifying tires, Alyeska Tire will protect your purchase with free flat repairs, tire balancing, and rotations for the life of your tires. See store for details. Alyeska Tire, we're always with you.
Alaska's news source at 5 p.m. has the stories that matter to you. Stay plugged in with breaking news and local stories.
Top prospect in Alaska already committed to
Stay safe with First Alert Weather.
First Alert Weather Day in effect. Now, we first alerted you that this storm...
Stay informed and prepared with Alaska's news source at 5 p.m. Brought to you in part by Sadler's. For better quality home furnishings, step up to Sadler's.
Winter is certainly on its way.
Storm reports coming in here from Anchorage all the way into Palmer.
Winter isn't just knocking, it is ready to move in.
Welcome back in on this Friday morning. We are expected to see the first significant winter storm of the season impacting the Panhandle as we welcome in the weekend and the first part of next week. Of course, waking up this morning, those temperatures still fairly mild, sitting in the lower 40s, 42 degrees currently in Ketchikan. And while we are still holding on to some isolated pockets of some light rain showers this morning, we are expected to see some dry time today before that rain and snow begins to build in from the west-southwest. And we do have a winter storm warning for northern parts of the Panhandle. This goes into effect 3 a.m. Saturday and then lasts through Sunday afternoon. This is where we could expect to see anywhere from 14 to 19 inches of snowfall. So there is that potential for up to 2 feet of snow accumulation in some of those higher elevations. And we're also going to be talking about some gusts up to about 45 miles per hour. So can't rule out some isolated to scattered activity for your Friday, but largely expecting dry conditions across the Panhandle to close out the week. And then there's that moisture streaming in as we welcome in the close of this week and the first part of the weekend. Notice as you head out towards Yakutat, Skagway, Haines, higher elevations, this is where we're going to see that better shot for some snow in the forecast. Down towards Juneau, there's that potential we could see about 10 to 14 inches of snow accumulation as we welcome in next week. And then as you head through the southern part of the Panhandle, this is where we're going to hold on to more in the way of a cold rain, but we will also tap into that wintry mix chance later next week as that colder weather settles back in across the state. But again, the northern Panhandle, be prepared for the possibility for up to 2 feet of snowfall.
A puzzling discovery at an Eagle River fire station leads to a heartwarming rescue. Lauren Maxwell shares the story of 2 tiny kittens now looking for a forever home.
It was a normal morning at Fire Station 11 in Eagle River when a firefighter made a puzzling discovery.
Found the box in this general vicinity.
An empty box sitting by a side door with a note. And what did the note say?
Something along the lines of 2 kittens, they couldn't take care of them.
A search turned up no sign of cats until firefighter John Seri left work a few hours later.
And I saw what I thought initially was just a clump of dirty snow, but it started moving a little bit. And that's when I realized it was this kitten just laying in a puddle of water, shivering.
The second kitten was hiding behind a bucket by the door.
He was also wet, shivering.
Seri was dismayed.
Well, I just didn't understand why someone wouldn't ring the doorbell.
But he knew the kittens couldn't stay, so he put out a post on Facebook, and a rescue group responded right away.
This is Seri. We named him after John, because he's the escape artist. There you go. Thank you. And this one is Fire, and she is more timid.
Shelley Williams is a volunteer with Best Friends Animal Rescue. On Thursday,
Oh, he's adorable.
she brought the kittens back for a visit. Officials say a firehouse is not the place to bring unwanted pets.
There's lots of rescues that are willing to take the babies.
And from the looks of things, this firefighter who made the call,
I think he likes you, John.
Definitely did the right thing. So Best Friends Animal Rescue says both of the kitties will be spayed or neutered and microchipped before they're available for adoption, but that should be in the next couple of weeks. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Well, one fun way to get into the holiday spirit is looking for some good places to go see some amazing festive holiday displays and lights, and those with music, even better. This week, Danny Tompkins took us out to Beckeroff Street for a look at one such display.
Candy canes. Just one thing that Jeff Cather puts out every year for Christmas. Behind me, we've got a little taste of Christmas with an amazing lights display, part of our holiday Nights of Lights. And Jeff Cather's been putting this on for about 15 to 17 years. And it goes across 4 different houses on this street. And he puts on the show, the electricity, and tunes it in even to a radio so you can listen to the music while the lights display is going on. Pretty incredible. So we'll give you a little show of what we've got. Over here, we actually happen to have Santa sitting in our main village area. We're gonna ask him a few questions. Hi, Santa.
Hello, how are we doing this evening?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic.
How's
for Christmas?
Yes, what's your favorite part about Christmas?
The fellowship, everybody being together. The presents are nice, but there's more to it than just presents.
Yeah, of course. And I heard that cars actually line up down the street just to get a picture with you.
Yes. We get in closer to we get to Christmas Eve, the more people will show up. It'll be about half a madhouse Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's rather entertaining to watch, and everybody seems to enjoy themselves. So I guess we're doing something right.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. Well, I know the kids love it, the adults love it, and I know all of us will enjoy it. So if we tune into, what's the radio we can listen to this at?
98.8. We have little signs posted along the display area. Run half a dozen different songs, and hope everybody enjoys them.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you don't want to miss it. It's part of our holiday Nights of Lights, and so make sure to check it out. We're on Beckeroff Street to see this display, and as you can see, there's just so many amazing things, and definitely a great taste of Christmas. Thank you so much, Santa.
You're welcome.
Danny Tompkins, Alaska's news source.
That is just stunning. And if you have a suggestion for our holiday Nights of Lights feature, send us an email to news@ktuu.com. We feature a new house every week, so make sure you check in with us next week to see which one we'll feature then.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically, and stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.